Right, good morning everybody. Today we have our special guest, which is the Venture coach, which once belonged to Lewis Priestman, a local coal mining owner who ran the coach originally from Shotley Bridge to Edmundbyers. It ran from 1922 until the advent of the Second World War, at which point it then changed ownership and was taken on by the Nicholson family, and Douglas Nicholson in particular, and was a regular in the show ring with Douglas Nicholson and the Vaux horses. Today it appears here in the livery of one of the roads that it ran previously to 1922, so it was the Scarborough to Harrogate road, and Lewis Priestman was synonymous with the roads in Yorkshire from about 1895 right through to the turn of the century, and ran Scarborough to Bridlington, Scarborough to Harrogate, Scarborough to York, one of which he completed as a midnight run in torrential rain, and completed the 63.5 miles with 6 changes of horses in 6.5 hours, arriving back in Scarborough at 6:30 in the morning. So today we've been lucky enough, especially with the weather, to be able to recreate a photograph which you may find on the internet actually if you Google it, but it was taken with the original coach which belonged to Lewis, and then behind that was a Venture bus, and the Venture buses were so called, taking the name from the Venture coach and the colour scheme. The original photograph was taken in Shotley Bridge, and we've been able to recreate it here at Beamish today, with the assistance of David West and his team of horses, and using our replica access bus, which is painted in the Venture coach livery. But we're also quite honoured to welcome 3 members of a family who worked for Lewis Priestman during the period from 1922 to 1939, and we have on board in the photograph a daughter, a granddaughter, and another granddaughter who was the granddaughter of Matt Elliott, who was the man who rode the postillion horses when they put 6 in to ascend the bank from Shotley Bridge up towards Shotley Field. So this morning we've been lucky enough to try and get all those things together. Also, which people may not be aware, but included within that, there is also an original hat box inside the coach that belonged to Lewis Priestman. So we're actually taking a little bit of Lewis Priestman around the museum today, and an original coach horn which is held by the guard on the rear of the coach, which was once part of the coach itself, and I've been lucky enough to have those items come along and be part of the weekend to bring a little bit of history back together and put everything that we could reasonably achieve into setting up what you see before you.